hello and welcome back to my channel. Slightly under the weather today, but yes, shooting the next video for the day. I'm going to talk about basically what A-star learners do that nobody talks about. Now, apparently, I have been teaching IGCSE curriculums to students for past 10 years. I have a team of teachers that I keep on training, and we are an organization dealing with so many students, producing so many A's and A stars every single year. So there is a common trait that I had observed in most of the students, and that is what I have chalked down so that I can record it, document the trait and the technique and share it with all of you. The strategy to get an A star, and I'm not only talking about the learners who are very good with the subjects from day one, but they have jumped from C grade to B grade to A grade, and that is a big jump. And yes, I would definitely give all the credit to the students. Of course, we as an educator, we train them to learn better, but the ultimate efforts they put in gets the maximum credit, because for me, all my learners are equal. I don't give anybody less importance, and each student, that is a C grade or an A grade or an A star student, is equally important for us. Of course, we tweak the plans we make individually in a live one-to-one classes as per the requirement, so that we know how to plan the journey to a good grade, not necessarily an A or an A star, but an upgradation in the grade. And that is how we conduct our live online sessions. So yeah, in this video, what I'm going to do is the most important thing, that I am going to share that documented trick and technique which my team has observed in the learners that we have taught, and how they materialize their efforts into good grades in the journey of getting an A star. So just in case if you have not subscribed to this channel, I would request all of you to do the needful, because the other day I was sitting with the marketing team and checking the analytics of my channel, and I realized 96% of audience watch the video and they don't subscribe. So my target is getting it to 50%. Of course, there are many people who might not find this video as useful as others, but just in case if you feel this channel, this video, and whatever I'm talking in this particular channel is useful for you, do consider subscribing to this channel. And also do not forget to like the video if you feel it is worth it, because it helps this particular video to be promoted, significantly on the platform of YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching this video. And yeah, let's get started with our video for the day. So the first and the most important parameter in getting an A star or achieving anything in life is you should be aware of the why you are doing. What is the reason that you want to achieve an A star? What is the reason that you want to excel in a particular subject? All of these things matters a lot. There is a beautiful book called as Start with a Why by Simon Sinek, and he has beautifully described that why is important in all our lives and how it keeps us motivated, because the journey is definitely not going to be easy, but if you are motivated, if you are passionate, and if you are more focused towards the goal than the hurdles that you're facing in the journey, you will get through it. So I would request all of you to just read that book if possible, or hear the audio book, listen to the audio book, whatever suits you. That will help you to actually chalk out the goal that you have, whether you want to get into a particular university, whether you want to get into a particular course, particular country, whatever is your goal. First, write that near your desk. More than just writing it down, you should feel it, and then you should start planning backwards. Now, moving on to the next tip or next trick that I want to share with all of you is choosing the right subject. Now, many a times I have seen learners choosing a particular combination of subjects just because majority of the students in their class has taken that, or they have a very good teacher for that subject in the school, or they have seen that those who choose that subject, they get good grades, or any of such reasons which are not backed by strong why. So this is the worst thing that you can ever do for your career, because if you choose subjects based on somebody else's preferences, you might initially enjoy the subject, might be you will find it easy, but in a long run, it won't be helpful for you to achieve your academic goals. I don't mean to say the academic goal could be getting an A star. No, that is a journey. Academic goal could be getting into a particular university, doing a particular course, or what is your area of interest. So whenever you choose a combination of subjects in IGCSE, of course, you have to choose from the subjects that your school offers, but make sure that you are working backwards. So first you decide that which university, which course. Even if you are not able to decide the university, at least list down 2 to 3 courses that you are targeting, and then work backwards while choosing the subject. Now, you might even have this question that I'm not clear what I need to do. Then in that case, definitely you need to work on that area first before focusing on getting an A star in anything. Even if you get an A star, you'll still be clueless what I need to do next. So first first get a clarity on what you want to do in life. I don't say that you have to get only plan one course or one degree that you're focusing. If you can have at least 3 to 4 options ready and then work backwards to get the desired subject on your plate, that you can start working and start also building your university profiles. That would be very helpful. That will help you to get good scholarships also, because financial planning is also very important. Of course, the universities are expensive and you need to be smart enough to plan things financially, and hence your profile should be ready well in advance. So this is the second most important tip that you should be clear. Of course, when we get students in our live classes, this is something that I personally get involved with every parent, and I discuss this with them very clearly, because if I am taking the responsibility of teaching a learner or tutoring a learner live one-to-one, there is going to be only one student in my class or in my team's class, even if we all are doing. This is a mandatory protocol that we follow of getting on board with the parent, discussing with them, working backwards, and then starting. Even if they have already chosen the subject, they are clear in their head what they need to do ahead and how they need to go with the flow, and how do they need to plan their journey until getting into a good university with a very good scholarship. And that is my victory. Of course, our live classes are pretty expensive, but if you are saving lakhs of rupees, then it is all worth it. Definitely you are spending only 5% of those lakhs of rupees or 10%, whatever, in those live classes, and it is going to be worth it then. You won't find it that expensive then. And that's the reason also I give in university application, visa application, and all the profile building support completely free to my live online one-to-one students. So yes, of course, to make the investment worth it. Now, moving on to the next important tip that I want to share with you, or the step that you need to do to get an A star in IGCSE. It is taking notes or making notes. Many times I've seen students, of course, they are pretty smart. They will go through every chapter, every word, every line from the textbook or the course book that you have, but they never have their separate notebook maintained apart from their classwork or tuition book. While they take notes, they use different colors, different even sticky notes to highlight the important parts and the concepts. Now, this is one of the biggest mistake that you will ever do, because let's say if today I'm going through a particular chapter and I say that okay, I'll do it next time. Next time I will need to invest complete X amount of time that I've invested in reading the chapter, and then Y amount of time in making notes. So I'm doing double work. You should always keep your notes book and your course book or whatever reference material, even the lectures, lessons that you're watching on my YouTube channel, in live classes or in your classrooms, keep that notebook handy. Take notes, use colored pens. Now, why I always focus on telling you that it's scientifically proven, there are many psychological facts that if you use different color pens, your brain has to think, okay, for this particular point I should use this color pen. So technically your brain has done that extra work of thinking about that point that you are going to note down in your notebook. So use colored pens, use mind maps, use sticky notes, whatever suits you. There are plenty of videos available on how to take good notes, and I'm not recommending, I'm telling you to do that, is take good notes. Now, the fourth trick that I wanted to share with you, what I have observed in an A-star student, is they practice past papers from day one. Many a times I have seen students that what they feel is, okay, let me finish the portion and then I will start with the past papers. This is the worst thing that you can ever do. Don't do that. Why? I'll tell you. So let's say if you are doing the topic of waves in physics, okay, and of course you have to yet finish other topics, but when you open the past papers, you find the questions on this particular topic when you're doing it for the first time, and you start solving those questions, or even if not, you are at least looking at the questions and the answer keys. Your brain starts to set pattern for the type of question that is going to be asked for that particular chapter. So from day one, you are trained to answer the questions accordingly, which IGCSE asks. Now, once you finish the portion, it becomes pretty easy for you to then start with complete past paper solving, because your brain is already aware of the type of question, or at least the style of question asked in the paper. So it is very important to start solving past paper questions from day one, and that's what we as a team make sure that our live one-to-one students do in our class. That is our responsibility, to get it done from the students. From day one, we start with the past paper questions. There are many very good sites available on internet, like Physics and Maths Tutor, Save My Exams. Pick one site and side by side also start solving the questions from that website for your examination. So that is the most important thing that you all can do for your A-star journey. Tip number 5, and the last tip that I'm going to share for the day, is always and always be attentive. Try to come back home and revise that concept on the same day. I know it is sometimes difficult in between so many classes and everything, but if you have learned the topic of waves, come back home, at least skim through the notes that you have written. Keep those 10 minutes aside for each subject every single day. At the most, you will have 4 to 5 subjects in a day in your school. So come back home, keep aside those, 10 into 5 is what? 50 minutes aside. Go through the notes and then you start with whatever your timetable or your schedule asks you to do for the other subjects, the planning, the preparation, or the attending the tuitions, classes, or doing homeworks, whatever is your plan for the day. So it is said that when you come back home and revise it, you tend to retain it for a longer period of time. And even better than that, when you teach somebody, it helps you to retain for a longer period of time. Of course, these are the strategies that we use in our live one-to-one classes to get good grades. We don't just teach the concepts in the classes, but yes, these concepts are pretty simple and easy. We are not utilizing any sort of rocket science in a live one-to-one classes, but we are only getting it done. That's all we do. Even if you're not going, you are just following these things. You don't need any sort of extra after school help. You can simply follow these tips that I've given in today's video and get a good grade. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have found it helpful, and stay tuned for more such upcoming videos. Until then, take care. Bye bye.